Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. When it comes to high MDM, we are dealing with the most critical and serious patient conditions. These are the cases where the doctor has to make complex decisions because the patient's health is at risk. Let's break it down step by step. Before we dive into high MDM, remember that we've already covered straightforward, low, and moderate MDM in previous videos. If you haven't watched them yet, make sure to check them out to build a strong foundation. Let's start the video. High MDM usually involves 1. Problems, severe and life-threatening cases. Chronic illnesses that have worsened significantly. For example, a patient with diabetes who now has diabetic ketoacidosis, DKA, a serious condition that can lead to coma. Here the patient has chronic illness diabetes, but due to uncontrolled sugar levels, his diabetes worsened and lead to ketoacidosis, which is an emergency condition, need immediate medical attention. Next is acute or chronic conditions that are life-threatening, like a patient with acute respiratory failure, where they're struggling to breathe and may need ventilator support. 2 scenarios come under high MDM are: one is chronic condition that worsened and require hospitalization, and one is acute or chronic condition that are life-threatening. These aren't simple cases where the patient can go home with just a prescription. Their condition requires urgent medical attention. Next we see the data, extensive tests and specialist consultations. Since these conditions are serious, the doctor has to gather and analyze a lot of information to make the right decision. This means ordering and reviewing multiple lab tests, such as blood work, cardiac markers, or arterial blood gases. Ordering imaging tests like X-rays, CT scans, or MRIs. Consulting with specialists, like a cardiologist for a suspected heart attack, or a pulmonologist for a severe breathing issue. So, when you see a case in the CPC exam, where the provider is ordering several tests and consulting with other doctors, it's a strong sign of high MDM. Lastly, the risk, high-risk procedures, and hospital admission. Since these patients are critically ill, the risk involved in their treatment is very high. This could include major surgery, like an emergency heart procedure, hospital admission, if the patient is unstable and needs continuous monitoring. For diabetic ketoacidosis patient, continuous monitoring of the blood sugar levels is required. Starting IV therapy or high-risk medication, such as IV insulin for severe diabetes or thrombolytics for a stroke. Let's go through one example scenario, high MDM in action. Let's say a patient comes to the ER with chest pain and difficulty breathing. The provider immediately orders multiple lab tests to check heart function, an EKG to look for signs of a heart attack, imaging, like a chest X-ray or CT scan, to rule out other causes, and ultimately admits the patient for close monitoring because of a suspected heart attack. So to know whether the patient had an heart attack or it's just chest pain, provider ordered multiple tests to confirm the condition and closely monitoring the patient. In this scenario, there is checkmark a high-risk problem, possible heart attack. Checkmark extensive data review, multiple tests and consultations. Checkmark a high-risk treatment decision, hospital admission. So, this case clearly falls under high MDM. Key takeaway for the CPC exam: when solving MDM questions, look at how severe the problem is the condition life-threatening or worsening? How much data is being reviewed? Are multiple tests ordered and specialists involved? What level of risk is involved? Is hospitalization, IV therapy, or major surgery needed? If all 3 factors are at their highest level, the answer is high MDM. Hope this breakdown makes it easy for you to recognize high MDM in the CPC exam. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more CPC tips.